Hello from Tokyo, my name is Anton. For years I've kept a design journal, and it has taken me to exhibitions, talks, and even earned a few awards. Now, I'm turning my journaling practice into a series of short video stories. This is two spaces designed to slow you down. Snapshots from my art journal. Impressions from exhibitions and the field. As well as conversations with fellow creatives. Today I'll walk you through design journaling, as I see it. A car with its hood open, and a cat sitting calmly on top. Maybe curious, maybe just waiting for us to start. You look inside, and you notice things you'd usually ignore. That quiet mix of curiosity and unfinished work, that's where creativity begins. When I started traveling, I took a lot of photos, and it became the core of my journaling. I carried a set of Japanese camera equipment, making first steps to get along with Japan. Later, I learned that this lens is radioactive. Well, radioactivity is one of the reasons that I stopped using it, but the main reason was the rise of social media. With it, the hobby kind of faded. Yet, I realized the need for journaling still remained within me. And I started looking for ways to reinvent it. I began replacing travel photography with CGI artifacts for each trip. A month in Patagonia, no signal, just wind, rain, and granite peaks. That silence shaped the first CGI piece in my journal. One of my favorite works gathers impressions from multiple trips to Hong Kong, where I walked the city and collected insights and peculiarities. Surely I needed to practice Japanese corresponding scripts. I did so for a study of the Akada Museum in Hakone. I turned Jade cicadas into a fictional poster with lively typography. And sometimes it became a way to respond to myself. Like when I read the book, imagined a different cover and designed it afterwards. Or when I watched the movie and the journal turned cinematic, studying how fear hides in a form and a color. Or when I stumbled upon a poem in Christchurch, New Zealand, etched on the river steps, quiet resilience in motion. These reflections often emerge spontaneously, but I also began to ask, what happens if journaling is tied to a specific project? Working on digital projects that I consumed fast, and speaking at events where time is limited, brought me to the idea of creating a printed edition of my journal. Instead of fast consumption, all my recent findings could be showcased chapter by chapter at the reader's own pace. The first chapter covers some of my work that predates my life in Japan, particularly the transition from photography to CGI, which I mentioned earlier. The second part focuses on my recent years, deeply influenced by the immersion into Japanese culture. As we learned, it is only natural for an artist or designer to channel daily inspirations into their work. The book was a limited print, and it can only go so far, but that's not the point. It is about the journey of creativity and the tangible reminder of where journaling can lead. One time, this same focused approach led me to the top of Mount Fuji, no kidding. I studied the tradition of iron branding on walking sticks, collected all the stamps along the way, and interviewed station wardens to the best of my Japanese. Understanding the backstory of stations turned the hike into a kind of field study. If you want to learn more and study all the stations and all the stamps, visit the link in the description. But for now, let's move further to a complete view of my journaling. This balance between randomness and intention defines two parts of my journaling process. The first half is based on daily observations and deconstructions, a kind of natural evolution in the creative process. It emerges spontaneously. While it allows for unexpected discoveries, structure at depths and purpose, ensuring that my work does not just evolve by chance, but is also guided by intention. This channel is also a planned activity. By turning journaling into film, I also established the flow, as I did with chapter structure in the book. Focused stories, produced and directed like a movie or even a title sequence. So I encourage you to start your own journal, whatever form it takes. Because once you do, you'll see that every small reflection can grow into something larger than you expected. Thank you.